From the outside looking in, most INFJs look like they have it all figured out, with the independence and perfectionism shining through their every movement. It's hard to believe that this personality type actually suffers from a lack of self-confidence and low self-esteem. So, what is it that holds the INFJ back from truly believing in themselves? Welcome or welcome back, psychos. Before we get into it, we'd love it if you liked and subscribed to our channel, as well as to click the post notification bell so you never miss a video. Alright, let's get right into it, starting with Number 1. Their self-esteem is conditional. Contradictory in nature, it's not like the INFJ personality type always feels down about themselves. In fact, sometimes it's as simple as the right outfit, the right person, the right achievement, or even the right mindset shift that recalibrates the INFJ's overly critical mind. True self-confidence and self-esteem comes from within. For the INFJ, however, this mindset is often completely dependent on their outer conditions. They can only fully accept themselves and their abilities when their outside needs are met. While these shifts are usually completely subconscious and mostly go unnoticed by other people due to the INFJ's convincing facades, the perspectives they have of themselves varies like the stock market. Although most people can relate to conditional self-esteem to some degree, the INFJ's self-critical and perfectionistic nature makes these specific required conditions tend to take much more of an effect. Number 2. Their people-pleasing gestures aren't always recognized. Known for their people-pleasing ways, INFJs love the rewarding feeling that comes with helping others. Due to their empathetic hearts, acts of service is a love language that INFJs use not only to show their appreciation to others, but also their competency. They use their helpful gestures to show that they are capable of balancing multiple responsibilities while producing polished results that reach their perfectionistic expectations. However, ironically, due to their introverted and humble nature, they prefer to stay far away from the limelight. They don't want to feel put on the spot, even if it is out of recognition and appreciation for their efforts. Yet, contradictingly, due to their hesitation to accept this rightful praise, the INFJ sometimes feels as if their efforts are going unrecognized. Without that sense of approval, INFJs can begin questioning if they are doing as good as they think they're doing. Their mind can begin convincing themselves that their optimal efforts are simply not enough, and that they need to work harder for their efforts to be noticed. Number 3. They rarely celebrate their wins due to self-criticism. With a future-focused mindset, the INFJ personality type is always calculating how they can go about making the different aspects of their life more perfect, more fitting, or more ideal. Whether it's within their careers, relationships, living situations, or self-improvement, this analytical type can't help but to constantly try and wean out of the deficiencies that don't reach their high expectations. While this is beneficial in some regards, it can make it extremely difficult for them to relish in the feeling of success when they do reach a goal or ideal scenario. With this mindset, it's as if the INFJ remains blind to all the things they have accomplished in life because they're too busy thinking of ways they can make things better. In fact, in the rare instances that the INFJ does sit down and take inventory of all the positive things they've attained, they feel an instant boost of self-confidence and self-esteem that gives them the necessary fuel to begin new ventures with a positive mindset. Number 4. They don't understand their quirks and habits. There's a certain sense of relief that comes with finding out you're an INFJ personality type. Through years of confusion, frustration, and self-blame, an INFJ who has yet to discover they are in fact an INFJ can easily slip into a consuming spiral of low self-esteem due to the simple fact that they don't understand themselves. Naturally comparing themselves to those around them, even an INFJ who is conscious of their character traits can begin questioning why they are the way they are and why they can't be more like other people. With such apparent differences when it comes to social life, thinking patterns, relationships, and interests, An INFJ's self-esteem takes a hard hit on a daily basis. Before an INFJ has the chance to discover all the ways in which their personality type and cognitive functions actually excel, they're consumed with a self-made pressure to try and be different from who they are authentically. Number 5. They most likely have unresolved trauma. Everyone comes with their own baggage and trauma, no matter the personality type. And whether it's apparent or not, that trauma can cause huge shifts in one's self-esteem and in how they carry themselves throughout life. However, for the self-critical INFJ, this trauma-based low self-esteem may be more apparent. The thing is, everyone has a certain threshold when it comes to traumatic events and how they're affected. Some people have the ability to work through the feelings of traumatic events as they come, while others bury those feelings in order to carry on in the moment. Furthermore, while some things seem detrimental to one person, they could seem completely insignificant to the next. With heightened sensitivities and the ability to feel everything a little more intensely than others, the INFJ is one of those types that is subconsciously deeply affected by negative life experiences, yet represses those feelings for as long as possible. Unfortunately, while this gives them the benefit of remaining headstrong and calm in most chaotic situations, that buried trauma comes out in other ways, with low self-esteem being one of them. Number 6. Childhood challenges and lack of support. Speaking of trauma, there's nothing that quite contributes to one's level of self-confidence as an adult than how they were treated as a child. When speaking of the highly sensitive and introverted INFJ, childhood and adolescence was most likely an interesting and slightly painful experience. Yet, the long-lasting effects of this confusing childhood really all depends on the relationship and support they had from their caregivers. With such unique needs and cognitive habits, chances are most INFJs didn't get their childhood needs met. Despite a parent's positive intentions, parenting an INFJ is not an easy thing to do. With the required level of freedom, understanding, empathy, and sensitivity needed to truly get on an INFJ child's level, the slightest parenting mishap can cause an INFJ child to question themselves beyond repair. According to infj-psychology.com, the INFJ child who misses out on their need for structural acceptance, attunement, nurturance, validation, and emotional safety in childhood is more likely to develop low self-esteem, self-consciousness, feelings of guilt, and shame. Number 7. Getting into the wrong relationships. Known to attract narcissists and sociopaths, the INFJ's heightened empathy serves as both a blessing and a curse. When used properly, the ability to relate to others gives this curious personality type the power to read others while diving into the deepest parts of their psyche. However, when the INFJ hasn't mastered the necessary boundary setting skills that must accompany this empathetic gift, they tend to attract those that thrive on the uncapped empathy an INFJ can't help but to offer. In these unfortunate circumstances, it's an INFJ's empathy that later ends up causing further low self-esteem and self-worth. Once the love-bombing stage of these toxic relationships have passed, belittling, criticizing, and blaming usually takes its place. Without the necessary confidence and self-respect in place, these manipulative tactics cause the INFJ to comply, leaving them in the exact vulnerable place the narcissist wants them. And even once this already extremely self-critical type leaves a connection like this, they will carry the damage done for many years to come. And lastly, number 8. They know deep down that they are worthy. Even when the INFJ is feeling down and out about themselves, with that inner belief system telling them they're not intelligent, nice, hardworking, good-looking, or friendly enough, there's always another voice whispering the opposite. Deep down, their logical brain knows they are self-critical and that most of the negative things they believe about themselves probably shouldn't be taken seriously. Some INFJs may even feel like it's a constant battle between these two thought patterns, with one side trying to make them feel less than and the other side trying to talk some sense into them. Funny enough, It's within this inner mental battle that the INFJ finds both their motivation as well as their powerlessness. Well, psychos, that's it for today. So, what has helped you as an INFJ gain more self-confidence? Let us know in the comments below. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss a video.